Hello YouTube, welcome to the cargo trailer, the camper build, part 7. We're going to do a little bit something different today because it's raining here in South Florida. It's been very tropical, a lot of rain, so we are going to do our video. It's been about a week, which like I said, I've been trying to do a video every week with me and Robbie once again, my cameraman.
Hey YouTube!
So we got a lot accomplished. There's a lot of things we want to touch on. The first thing we want to thank is my mom, my sister-in-law, my kids for being patient with me and Robbie doing this build. It's been a lot of hours. It's been very time-consuming, and they're very patient. Once it's done, we're going to really enjoy it. I'm going to add a couple things that I didn't talk to Robbie about because we tried to talk about what we're going to do with a video before we do it.
Creep.
Well, yeah. One of the things I was concerned about was tow weight. Like I said, our goal weight is under 2,000 pounds for the trailer. Not to try to do too much math, but our cargo trailer from the factory weighed a little over 1,200 pounds. I did some more research just to make sure that what I was trying to tow would tow it. So I went online the other day looking at pop-up campers. I was really shocked by how much a pop-up camper really weighs. A couple of pop-up campers, I mean, granted they were, it had options, whatever. The one pop-up camper I looked at weighed 3,500 pounds. That is my trailer maxed out. I'm not quite sure why. Like I said, we're doing our build ourselves, but we did look at ultralight hard side travel trailers. I'm not quite sure why pop-up campers are actually, in theory, more weight than actual hard side travel trailers. Coachman makes them, R-Pod makes them. They're 17-foot travel trailers. Hard side trailers at 2,500 pounds. So if you decide not to buy or decide to do an actual build yourself, look at the weight and try to do the numbers, because I really was shocked that a pop-up camper weighs 3,500 pounds. And like I said, doing the math, with a tow vehicle, whatever, they sell pop-up campers that, you can tow with anything. At 3,500 pounds, you cannot tow it with anything. You need a decent-sized vehicle. And I'm going to show you a little bit in a couple of minutes, but we're starting off inside. Usually we do the palm tree theme, but this is pretty much where Robbie and I do pretty much the whole build. This is our garage. We've got, it's controlled chaos as Robbie calls it. You name it, we pretty much got it. We've got the table saw, we've got sanders, drills, jigsaws, air compressor, welder, chop saw, bandsaw. Now, you don't per se need this to actually do a camper build. This is what we do, so we have the tools to do it. But you can do it very nice with minimal tools, like I've said before. So one of the things we're going to show you is, Robbie's going to pan around. I'm going to show you my tow vehicle. This is what I'm going to be towing the trailer with. It's a 96 Mercury Sable wagon. It's 200 horsepower. It can tow a 2,000 pound load, and that's going to be reasonable for what we're doing. Mathematically, I cannot tow a pop-up camper with it. So we are definitely better off with a hard side trailer, making it light, and we're still going to have the same things, if not more, than what you actually have in a pop-up camper, with much better conditions to be living in rather than canvas. It's basically a glorified tent on wheels. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take you inside the camper, show you the additions that we've done over the last week, what we've done, how we've done it, and a little bit more insight. Okay, so here we are in the camper. Like I said before, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Robbie's watched a lot of YouTube videos on this cargo trailer, the camper build. We've watched a lot of videos on what Robbie's conversion van to camper build was. And I've watched a lot of them, and people just buy a cargo trailer and start doing stuff. You need to have a plan. First off, my opinion is, what do you want it to do, and for how many people? That's the first thing before you even start doing a camper. Don't build a camper that only sleeps 2 people if you want it to sleep 4. Give it some thought. Do some research. Don't just say, oh, hey, everybody's doing a cargo trailer to camper build, or they're taking their cargo van and making a camper out of it. Know what you want it to do. What things do you absolutely need? What things are you willing to sacrifice? Which you will have to sacrifice certain things dealing with a small space. But like I said, I watched a video last night. The guy had a beautiful trailer, but he had no plan. He started just building the inside. Then, after he had half the interior done, he decided insulation's a good idea. Now he's ripping everything back out to insulate the walls. Come up with a plan. Insulation, I don't care if you're in Florida, if you're in New York, that is definitely key. First thing you're going to want to do with any kind of a camper build, insulation. And then, what do you want it to do? Robbie and I have gone back and forth between his build, my build, what he wants and what's acceptable for him. What I want, what works for me, is completely different. It's different for everybody, but you have to have a plan. Don't just start building stuff, buying stuff, winging it, because you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to end up with a product. We ordered this trailer the beginning of February. It took, about a month before we got it. We were planning this before, so we have about 2 to 3 months of actual planning on paperwork before we even got this trailer. And we worked it out. It's like, well, this is a good idea, that's not a good idea. And talk to other people. Preferably talk to people who had campers, travel trailers, RVs. They've had them. They know, okay, well, you need this, you don't need it.
And go look at RVs. Just take the wife out and just look around and see what's out there.
And there's certain things you're going to want to copy, which Robbie and I did. There's certain things you're going to look at. It's like, that's stupid. That's a waste of money. I'm never going to use it. And that was kind of what I've done. Like I said, between me and Robbie, we've had boats, houseboats, travel trailers, RVs. So we've been there. Certain things, it's like, it looks good when you go to the showroom, but you're never going to use it. Prior to this, I had a 31-foot Class C motorhome. It had a full shower. In the 3 years I had it, I think I used the shower like 3 times. I used the showers at the campground. That's why we're not doing a shower. Don't need it. When you buy an RV done, you're paying for stuff a lot of times that you don't really need or are going to use. So do some research. Think about, basically, like I said, what it is that you want it to do and what are you looking for. And there, like I said, once again, there is no right or wrong. Like I said, for me, I'm not doing a dinette table. I'm more concerned about a living area if it's raining and relaxing. So, with that said, I'm not doing a dining room table per se, but okay, so next thing we got accomplished, you saw in the last video, we had pretty much a countertop done, sink was mounted, stove was in. We did get the faucet in, and we also got the fridge mounted. So this is a 4.5 cubic foot fridge. I got it from the depot. It's manufactured by Igloo. Got it for $140. Once again, I'm not doing the 3-way fridge because I'm not going to be boondocking. I'm going to be using their electric. But really, really happy with the fridge. And for what it's worth, this particular model came delivered a lot nicer than what was on the website. So kudos to Home Depot.
And it was also black originally.
Yes, and it was black. And to go with the retro theme, I primed it, prepped it, did 2 coats of Rust-Oleum, and it's called Safety Red, and it pretty much matches the Chuck Box, which is the name of our camper. We also got the flip-up table done. It's a 2-part deal. Like I said, I'm not doing any kind of a, per se, dinette table in the back because this is going to be my living area. It's going to be a sofa area just to hang out, and it's much better, in my opinion, for my build than a dinette area. You're sitting back here, you can watch the TV, it's easy in, easy out, no table in the way. I've got 2 girls, 9 and 11, so if it's raining, they do need a place. If I'm going to be sitting back there, I have no problems. It's camping. Give me my plate. I can hold my plate. It's like a barbecue, and it's going to work. So what we did for the girls was we built this. This is what I pretty much call my flip-up pantry area. It's a flip-up table, which is half-inch sanded plywood, like I said, which is going to flip up like this, and it's got a support. Now, the one thing that makes it kind of special is it's only 4.5 inches away from the wall, but this is also my pantry. All these shelves are built deep enough to hold your standard cans of vegetables, spaghetti sauce, whatever it is. And you don't have to go digging. This is actually, for what it's worth, more convenient than my house, because my house, we've got, regular kitchen cabinets, and you got to dig through the whole cabinet. Here, it's like a supermarket. You can just have one can and know exactly what you're getting. And you just put the brace in, and bam, there you go. So we also went to Family Dollar, and I was looking for some lightweight folding stools. So we've got 2 stools where, for Alyssa and Nikki, my 2 daughters, if it is bad weather outside, you got a nice little table to sit at, and even for anybody, it's a nice little area. It's good enough. You can have, 2 plates, it'll work, and it folds up. And like I said, the one nice thing I like about this setup is once everything's folded up, granted we've got our tools and stuff, but I don't know if Robbie can show you this, but this is, what you see is pretty much the done area. You have all this area. Usually if you buy a 14-foot trailer, which is what this is, there's no room to move. Robbie and I, like Robbie said, we went and actually looked at manufactured RVs, trailers, whatever. They got so much stuff jammed in there. Their layout was terrible. There's no way to move around. I could be here at the kitchen. There's people, you can go to the bathroom. You can be up. You could be moving around with 3-4 people in here very comfortably. Like I said, for me, that's the layout that worked. Not for everybody. The other thing we also got accomplished is we got the cabinet doors done. I know it's going to be a little bit hard for Robbie to show. It's not 100% done because I want to do a point of use hot water heater, which I do not have yet. So I don't want to put any shelving or anything in there until I know how much space it's going to take up. But once it's done, you can customize this. This is basically a 30-inch by 35-inch area. And you can get all kinds of storage depending on what you want to store, how you want to store it. You can do drawers. You can do tons of different things there. But it's a great space. The next thing I want to show you is the bathroom. And
while we're in the front, why don't we do the AC? Because I'm sure they see it.
Yeah, you see this. This I do not like, but this is temporary. Please, this is temporary. This is not how I'm doing it. We're in South Florida, and it has been very tropical. It has been hot. Robbie and I have been sucking up the heat. We've got the fan in the back. That's helped, but we've had 98% humidity, 90 degrees. We're getting hot. So, in the meantime, our friend Jeff, he let us borrow this from his man cave, just to kind of keep cool in here as much as we can while we're working on this. But
thanks, Jeff.
Yes, thank you very much, Jeff. These things do not work. Okay, I've had them before. They work. They make cool air, but do not use these in an RV. I don't remember who the gentleman was, but when I started doing this build, I watched a video. The guy had a 7x16 dual axle cargo trailer, and it took him 2 of these to keep his trailer cool, insulated. They're junk. You're better off doing a window air conditioner through the wall, but please do not spend the $500 on these things. They're junk. We're using this just because he was kind enough to let us use it, and it's better than nothing. But overall, like I said, that's why I'm doing a mini split. Robbie's doing the actual rooftop RV unit.
And I'm going to just move over quick.
Yes.
You all have seen one, but that's what it is.
Yeah. And like I said, the reason I'm not doing it is because I didn't opt for the roof package to handle the load. And the thing is, because I added the extra roof height, it was already too tall. And I don't want it to be top heavy. I'm trying to keep it low, keep it as lightweight as possible. So, but anyway, so it's working. It's going to help us until we get the build done. But in the meantime, do not buy one of these. Okay? Okay, next thing that we got done is you did see that we had the electric fireplace mounted. We had the backing area pretty much done. The next thing that we did was we got the mantle mounted. It's 3/4 inch birch plywood, and the next part we're gonna do is the flat screen TV is gonna be up here. There's gonna be a wall here, but we've got this mounted as well. Um, the TV mount has been a little bit of an issue, and I'll tell you the same thing. Just from what I've saw, what I'm thinking, mounting your TV in your house and mounting your TV in an RV is completely different. Once you mount your TV in your house, it's on the wall. That's it. This thing's going to be traveling down the road 60 miles an hour, bouncing around. Make sure that it is properly secured and get a good mount. I'm not going to be doing a swing mount. I'm going to be doing basically a solid mount, where you can maybe do like a 10-degree angle on here, and it's going to be mounted solid. We're going to be reframing the back of this with 2x3s where it is solid. We're going to attach it to the roof trusses, down to the floor, to the cross members, where it's a solid platform to mount the TV. Like I said, TV mounts are not intended for RVs, so we're going to make sure that it's a solid mount. Is the only thing I would have for recommendations. Be careful with it. The next thing we got accomplished, which was quite a project, I'm going to let Robbie show you this. This has been one of my little sticking points with this whole build. Is some things look good on paper. This is one thing I actually had to see built, was how to lay out my bathroom. We could have actually put a shower in here. We could have put a bathroom sink. Once again, like I said, not going to use the shower. What is the best use? And one of the hard parts is the V-nose is really nice when you do a cargo trailer, but trying to figure out how to use an angle-shaped area has been really difficult for me. And I believe if you look back on the last couple of videos, initially the bathroom was actually, you walk in the door and it was there. And I was going to use the V-nose for shelving. And I looked at it, I thought about more options. I tape measured stuff, and mimic it. Don't just build it. Pretend that you're sitting on the sofa, pretend that you're sitting on the toilet, and see, how does it feel when you get up? Is there enough space for your arms? Can you close the door? And that's what basically I did. I pretty much closed myself in the bathroom, tried different spots for the toilet to see which was the best, most comfortable way to do what we had to do. So basically we found that putting the toilet in the V-nose and using the outside wall as our linen closet was the best use of space. And the bathroom is much more comfortable. Like I said, you have to mimic it. Don't be embarrassed, to try it. And that's the whole thing. Try it. Pretend that you're getting up out of something. You're trying to cook, and which we've done. Don't be embarrassed. Make sure that it's going to work for you. Pretending that, okay, well, if I was doing this, does this work? Is there enough space? That's the whole key. So that's pretty much the biggest things that we've done at this point. And hopefully we're going to have another video in the next day or two.
Just a view from outside for perspective.
One of the things I also want to touch on is, and I apologize, I don't remember your name, but one of my viewers, he commented that there is a blog, I want to say it's TTCCT, which is basically tiny trailers and that kind of thing. So I went on, I took a look at the blog, and there was some really good information. Some of the stuff I didn't quite agree with, but one of the things that came up was the gentleman wanted to know about towing. Towing is a very big issue. I've been towing trailers for over 20 years. I've towed 30-foot trailers.